Hello and welcome to the morning after show presented by our good friends over at or not Bet Online, presented by our good friends over at Underdog Fantasy Sports. My name is Joshua Reimer. I'm joined by none other than Jared Block, who's over on my right. Jared, how you doing this fine Wednesday morning? And clearly, I have not had enough coffee to start us out here.
Yeah, I just made my second cup right now, and it's going to be a really condensed morning. I can't wait to take a nap in like 3 hours.
Yeah, me too, man. It's gonna be nice. Nice. Bacon 23 says, I don't know if I've ever seen Josh without a hat. Yeah, we decided to, it's kind of, it's been a long night and we just kind of decided to let the flow go. So the flow's out, and no hat today, which I'm perfectly fine with. You guys get to see the hair behind it. But yeah, it's we're both a little bit tired and we have an MLB slate to cover today. That FanDuel decided to fuck us with and decided to put it super early this morning. DraftKings doing the same thing, so can't necessarily just blame FanDuel, but it's going to be a busy morning for the both of us. But we still wanted to come on the morning after show, still talk about the NBA play-ins, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Just sending a live notification telling everybody to wake up.
Yeah, wake up indeed. It's about that time. All right, let's get into it. Let's start talking about those NBA playing games that we had last night. We had the Nets facing off against the Cavs for the first game of the slate. This one looked like it was getting out of control at a certain point. I think like around the second half, you had that Brooklyn Nets team up by 10 plus, and then you had them up by even more in the third. Like it looked like the Nets were going to run away with this one. But the Cavs fought. Cavs fought all the way throughout the fourth quarter and kind of tried to keep this one close enough to where they did end up covering the spread, which is all I really cared about at the end of the day. So, what were your thoughts on this game? I feel like you and I both knew that this Nets team was probably going to win this one, but good to see that the Cavs were able to keep things competitive, and I think the Cavs win against whoever's in that next round for them.
Yeah, I felt real bad like halfway through the first quarter, and I thought this one was going to be over from the start, which technically it was, but they did fight back, so I'll give them credit for that. I do think there's a chance that Cleveland could potentially not make the playoffs, and that's sad. But with that being said, Cavs plus 9.5 still covered, so all my bags are great.
Yeah, with the hold on once.
It's
There we
gonna
go.
continue to be a thing, man. I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah,
just gonna keep betting it.
no, yeah, I'm right there with you. I bet it too, and I was a happy camper last night, like I said. So, I think the public was pretty heavy on the Nets side of things, and I was happy to be opposite of them. Um, we still had this concentrated offense though from this Nets team, right? Like you still had Durant play 40, you had Bruce Brown play 40, and you had Kyrie play 40. I think let's see, a good chunk of the points came from those three, and if you throw Andre Drummond in the mix, then only 16 points. Actually, that's not true. Only 24 points came from the rest of the team. So, uh, you know, Durant and Kyrie combined to end up scoring 60 plus, and that's just how this Nets team is going to have to roll throughout the playoffs.
Yep, and it's not gonna work.
Yeah, it is certainly not going to work. I think we can both definitely agree on that. Let's talk about the other game of the day. The Clippers and the Timberwolves faced off against each other, even with Cat getting into foul trouble in the first half, had four fouls in the first half, which is a scary proposition. D'Angelo Russell really stepping up for this Timberwolves team, ended up scoring 29 real life points. And even though Paul George had a very good effort with 34, 7, and 5, you still see the Timberwolves come out on top. I'm happy. I called this. I like this Timberwolves team. And so seeing them go up against the Grizzlies is exactly what we wanted. We get this juiced up first round matchup between the two of them. And, now Patrick Beverly is in a league with Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade for jumping on top of the scorers table at the end of the game.
Yeah, he wanted the win real bad. You could tell the entire
Yeah,
game, which is why I played him, and it didn't really equate to DFS production, but I felt
it
like it
did
was
not.
the strongest narrative available, at least like over the next couple days.
Yep, I agree. He does not like that Clippers team whatsoever, and he definitely showed exactly that. So was a good day for us DFS wise. I know I ended up
We
winning.
need to
Uh, I
We need to.
smashed
Sorry,
actually.
I know. Sorry. We need to talk about this woman who glued herself to the court
Oh, I
last night.
saw. Okay, so I heard about this. I didn't get to see this because this is when I took my nap that I told you about. But I heard about this. What the heck happened here? Like, what was going on?
Yeah, they're calling her Glue Girl on Twitter,
Oh
so that's what I
no!
would search.
All right, well we'll
But
go search Glue Girl.
basically, yeah, basically, this woman glued herself to the court and right before the first half of the Clippers Minnesota game. And yeah, the NBA players, it was like, that when the NBA Olympians were just watching the other team do that dance in front of them. That's basically what happened again. And all these NBA players are just cracking up and dying and shaking their heads. And this lady just literally glued herself to the court, and they had to kind of take a timeout on it.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's weird. That is so weird that she just glued herself to the court. Man, that
But
doesn't.
people are saying that, like, so basically what she did was she just ran out onto the court and she glued herself onto the baseline. But they're saying that this was one of the turning points of the game because the Clippers closed the first half on a 15-6 run since Glue Girl.
Yeah, supposedly it's something about protesting animal rights or
No,
something.
yeah, no, no,
I
it's definitely a thing. Like, I'm not. That's not like the reasoning is interesting. Obviously the cause is one thing, but geez.
Yeah, I just don't feel like that's a good way to get your point across, maybe. But hey, who knows? I'm not the one all over Twitter right now getting talked about as glue guy. So I guess she has something going for her. All right, really. Glue Girl, man, what a day in the NBA. Let's talk about the MLB and everything else that happened last night in the MLB. It was an intriguing night, certainly. We saw the Atlanta Braves absolutely come out of the gates running, and they looked like they were a whole new team compared to they did when I played them on Monday. On Monday, they looked like a team that couldn't hit to save their lives. Yesterday, they looked like they were seeing that baseball like a volleyball when it was coming into home plate. So that Atlanta team, it seems like they're going to go up and down a lot this season. What do you think about their performance last night?
Yeah, less than like 2 hours removed from us calling them a slow starting team as
Nice.
well. It's probably our worst take of the season, and I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, I hope it does. If there's a worse take than that, then I don't know what to do about that. That's just rough. I mean, I'm all about transparency, so I'll be straight up. We had a lot of bad takes yesterday. Like we had that take about Atlanta, we had the take about the Dodgers game raining out. It technically did rain out,
It
but
did.
like at the
It did.
very, very end, Cardinals did well for us. They hit the home runs that we needed them to, but no runs in Rockies and Rangers, and then probably my worst take, you Darvish just absolutely getting blown up in that first inning. Could not find his way out whatsoever. That was a rough one indeed. So we're looking to bounce back, man. You can't get them all right, Jared, and so this is just going to be one that we don't get right.
Yeah, I agree. A take that um, we're not going to have to talk about the Cardinals today because that game's already postponed. So we have recorded an early segment for you guys. We'll drop it in the Good Skill chat here in a little bit. I want to make an announcement for everything that we have going on today. It's a busy, really condensed schedule. It's going to basically take up our next 2 hours, but we are jumping on the member only DFS podcast for the MLB main slate here in about 13 minutes. And then 30 to lock is right at 30 minutes before that. So we're basically going back to back shows before lock here. Just make sure that you have all your contests set and make sure you tune in to all the shows that we have. If you haven't found them yet, they are in the Discord server on the events section. So all the way up at the top if you're using your mobile device.
Oh, this isn't a back to back though. This is a back to back to back to back show schedule that we have planned out for us today. Like the
Pretty
most
much.
stressful way to do this is the way we planned it out. And mostly my fault because I delayed a few things. But man, just a tough day at the office today. A busy day at the office to say the least. Well, I want to talk a little bit about this Giants game. What do you think about the Giants? What do you think about you, Darvish? And more importantly than anything else, do you think that Dubon was wrong for bunting while they were up 9 runs to get a base hit?
That's a little bit, like
Did you
some of
see
these
this?
kids coming up. Yeah, I mean, no, I didn't see it, but I don't even have to because this is basically like the same thing that Acuna is getting slandered by Freeman for, etc. Like the young kids are doing some things that they probably shouldn't be doing. I don't know. This is a weird. Like I don't want to sound like the old guy, but it doesn't. Everybody that was brought up in our generation got told the same thing. So like, it's more of like a respect thing at the end of the day, right? So
I
I
don't
don't know.
care. I
I'm
don't
not
care.
like a super huge fan of it.
I don't care, man. Like I think it's a game. Like come on, it's a sports game. Like
No,
at the end
yeah.
of the
I mean,
day,
I get
at
it.
the end of the day, it's about your money, right? Like you gotta always think about your money. And who knows if that hit it bumps up his batting average to 300? Like
I guess.
there's always those things like the this reminds me of the Yerman Mercedes conversation last year because the whole reason we had the Yerman Mercedes controversy was because of the fact that he hit a home run when the count was 3-0 and they were up by like 5 plus runs. uh I think that's fine, man. Like at the end of the go get your bag. Like all these they're young and they're trying to do all this stuff because they're gonna try to go out there and get the best contract they can. I don't know, man. I think it's fine. I think do what you want. I think getting mad at these guys, there's no point in it at this point.
I guess like the bunt's not as bad as just like hitting a 500-foot home run off of a an infielder that comes into pitch. I'll say that.
No, what's worse is when you steal. When you steal when you're up by a lot, that's bad. See, I don't know if I still think it's fine at the end of the day, but I think bunting for a hit is perfectly fine. If people are mad about this, then people are mad about this. I don't know. Bob Melvin and the manager for the Giants were both upset with him. So that was a very interesting image to watch as they were both kind of like, "What the heck did you just do, and why did you do it?"
Yeah.
But they were not happy campers whatsoever. Uh, let's talk about you, Darvish, a little bit because Darvish did get shelled in this first inning. Ended up going 1.2. Ended up having 9 earned runs in that 1.2 innings. Like, did not look good at any point. We even saw Will Myers come in to pitch an inning after you Darvish was done. Is this a concerning start for Darvish? Is this kind of just early season woes? Like, what are you chalking this one up to be?
I just don't think he had it that day, and that's nothing that analytics or anything can tell you. Like he just
No.
didn't have it working, and I think that happens to him. Once or twice a season. I don't think that's nothing to really worry about at the end of the day.
Yep, I would tend to agree. Nothing that you can do will tell you something like that. And just wish I stuck with my old take, man. Alex Cobb was the gem, just like I expected him to be. Bro, that sinker's the real deal. That fastball, I watched it all game. Holy crap, he definitely sped that up. That sinker's a beauty, and it's going to be all year. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him and watch him compete with this Giants team. All right, Jared, let's get to the dog days of spring and take our bet for the day here on Underdog Fantasy. Thank you to our friends over there at Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this show, keeping the lights on over here. We greatly appreciate it. You had a pick that you wanted to take today. Was it Lamelo Ball? It was something with Lamelo Ball. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Lamelo Ball over 3.5 turnovers.
There you go. I like that. I can get behind that. I think he probably struggles here a little bit. Um, you take Lamelo Ball over, or do you want to take another pick, or is that going to be your pick for today?
I think we need to because we know we have most of the board here
Uh huh.
actually since everything locks so early. So I wish that there was a little bit more, but I'll go ahead. We only have one Dodgers bat. What is this?
You have two.
Uh, that's a bummer. Okay, well, let's go ahead, and I'll just take this pick for the both of us. Mookie Betts 1.5 total bases.
This guy, fuck, taking all my picks, taking all my bets, taking all my stacks. What is this guy doing over here? All right, fine. You take Mookie over 1.5 bases. I will take Eduardo Rodriguez under 83 and a half pitches. I don't think he gets there against this Red Sox team. I think they probably end up shelling him and he gets out early. So that's the side that I'm leaning. Jared, let's get out of here. Any final thoughts before we do get out of here?
Nope, just keep an eye on the event schedule for today. And we have two back-to-back shows. One member-only podcast that starts in 8 minutes, and then the other one, 30 to lock, literally like 20 minutes after that's over. So
Yep.
it's going to be an early day. And then we also have NBA to cover tonight for the second round of play-ins. And yeah, we'll see you all back here tomorrow, same time.
Yep. As always, my name is Joshua Reimer. Good morning and good skill.